Alright, so I'm going to try something new. So the last video I put out, it was basically the do's and don'ts of Gary's, what to expect and whatnot. So I just made a video and it was complete shit. I did put on these headphones, it has a better mic, hopefully you might be able to hear me. But nonetheless, getting to the point of the do's and don'ts. So if you're at Gary Job Corps in San Marcos, I will recommend this. Once you are able to have weekend, there is a blood bank. It's called BPM Blood Bank. Your first 4 times, I believe, you get paid $50, and you can go anytime. Now, the downside of this, too, at least to my understanding, you can't leave Gary Job Corps on foot. You have to have a ride. So, and if you're a minor, you're shit out of luck. But if you're over the age of 18, you can leave off campus. Now, if you are going off campus, and I did this with my fist, if you are going off campus, catch a ride with someone you know. At least drop you off at the gate, at the end of the gate. They can't say shit. Now, now things have probably changed, but this is what irks my mind, is you signed a contract or saying something, well, you can't sue Gary Job Corps, and you essentially can't sue Job Corps in a whole. That's any Job Corps across the nation. So when I mean across the nation, I'm including Hawaii as well. So if you are a welder, like I was, there are advanced trades to each trade. For example, I was a stick welder, and at Gary Job Corps, there are some teachers that will teach you either MIG or TIG. I had Mr. Shit. I don't know, but I was in E-shop. I had this older gentleman, really cool guy, and then we had this other female, Miss Rodriguez, I think. She was in D-shop. If you're a welder and you're trying to get in right now, what is it? I believe it's the 30th or the 1st of July. I haven't really checked, but at least from the time of my departure from Job Corps, there were only 2 or 3 welding instructors. So it might be a bit hard for you then. It might be easier now. Towards my departure, I'm going to say this multiple times along in the video, that there were 2 job openings for welders, welding instructors, of course. Yeah. So, like everything, stuff in life does not come easy. I'm just going to say it to you, just plain and simple. One, don't get into, you're going to hear this from whoever the headboard guy is, the director. Like I said in the last video, I did not know this dude's name. Can't remember him. Oh, Mr. Hall. His name was Mr. Hall. Yeah. Lottie Hall. How my friend JB says it. The reason why I say JB is because I don't know, and I don't have his consent to actually say his full name. So I'm just going to say JB as a nickname. So going into the whole thing of what not to do at Job Corps. Okay, if you were fat like I was, going into Job Corps, damn mosquitoes. Oh yeah, speaking of mosquitoes, it's summertime. Gary mosquitoes. I know I got off topic, but Gary mosquitoes are big as fuck. You see this Chevy emblem? Yeah, pretty big. Now I'm over exaggerating, but they are pretty big. So and there are side hustles. So what I did when I first got there, I got there around September, so around the new beginning of the school year. I had mosquito spray, so I made a little living the first 2 weeks in CPP, and I basically charged 50 cents for a spray, and it worked because people wanted mosquito spray. So there are hustles. You're not supposed to do it, but $23 every week is not really worth it. So going into the head of the, if you can, go to BPM Plasma, get the $50. Now there are some issues. Now if you don't have a state ID, I highly recommend you try to get one out there, because if you get one and you're out of location, say, okay, I'm in Killeen, so if I have my location, they're not going to serve me. Or if I'm out of state, they're not going to take me. So I got my driver's permit while I was there, and it has the same address as Gary Job Corps, and so I could go out there. Still to this day, like I received one phone call like, "Hey, do you still want to go here?" And I just lied to them. Well, I'm still in college. So, like I said in my other video, there is trolley. Now they do watch you like a hawk when on these trolley days. So I did steal a few things. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have them in my possession. So if you want to report this video, by all means you can. But I do not have those stuff in my possessions. Everything that I did have was mostly food, and I digested, and it's in the fucking sewer system. So yeah, if you notice, I say because I'm new to this shit, and I'm sure my language is not going to be appropriate for the YouTube policy. Like I said, fuck it. Things to expect. So there are PTOs. You get 3 when you start, basically to help you adjust to whatnot. But if you failed your drug test, you're not gonna get weekend. You're not gonna get your PTOs. Actually, that's tricky because I actually had a few students come up to me asking me that when I was there, and you have to talk to your counselor. I've seen a video posted about 2 months ago. I think her name was Isabel, about how she was bullied there. Yes, if you fit a certain profile, you will get bullied. Starting off, I should have started this in the video. The majority of the racial demographic at Job Corps here, and I think the one in Louisiana, and I haven't been to Louisiana, but the one at the one at San Marcos is the majority of either blacks or Mexicans. And I said Mexicans with a big because there's really not that many. I mean, there are dudes, but they're mostly females because they're mostly scrubs. So yeah, on the weekends you can wear your regular attire, but on class days, at least after you're done with trade, it's called trade hours, but you have to wear your uniform. Note one thing: if you're a welder like I was, you're gonna be making payments. Your full paycheck is not gonna be $23. It's gonna be like 14, and they issue it out in dollars, like payment amounts, like a financing thing. So towards the end, I bought a uniform in September, and Christmas break was coming up, and I was like wondering like, yo, what the fuck? And I still owed $33 on a pair of fire resistant shirt and pants. Oh, and the shoes, the steel-toed shoes. We call them Gary Tims. And the reason why we call them Tims is because they basically knock off Timberlands. So if I highly recommend it. If you are going in a hard trade, bring your own steel toes. I don't think they can force you to buy them. As long as you tell them that they're steel toes, you can't buy them. If they do, talk to somebody there in CPP and tell them, yo, listen, I don't want this because it's going to affect your check. So that is one minuscule amount of good information I could say. Probably a little bit more. I got some retarded ass kids. I mean, not retarded kids, just little kids fucking with my animals right now. But yeah, so you try to hang with the right crowd. Yeah, just try to hang out with the right crowd. Majority of the people there at Job Corps are from Houston. Some are from Leander. Most of them are either from Houston. Yeah, about 75% of them are from Houston, and about 25% of them are from the Valley area, Vernon and all that shit, Corpus Christi. And then a good 10%, maybe 1%, I don't know, I'm just going off the top of my head, are from Killeen. There was a few people that I knew that was from the Bell County area, like myself. Like I said, the food there is not good, but it's something. It's a free meal. Don't complain about it. Some days they have bomb ass shit. Their nuggets, whatever. But if you're in Africa, the dorm, it's a long ass walk. At least when you get there, and I say this about at least when you get there, It's a long walk if you're a new student, but you'll get the hang of it. You'll get used to it. I know I did. If you're trying to lose weight, you will lose it if you drink water and stay into your diet. I know when I went there, I weighed at least 290, and when I left, I weighed around 225. It was mostly lean cut. At least in December area, I lost that by just eating salads, water, and cutting all sodas. And speaking of sodas, there are Water Wednesdays and Saturated Saturdays. And how the cafeteria works on the weekends, at least at Gary Job Corps, is it's called brunch. You get to sleep until 10 on the weekends, of course. So, so yeah, you get to sleep on the weekends. You leave at 10, but then there's morning roll call, and that's your detail. You get to do your detail, whatever your job is assigned for that week or 2 weeks, depending. It varies on dorms. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of new to this. I'm stuttering a lot, and hopefully that doesn't quirk you out or make you cringe. I know it's gonna make a majority of people that are looking for reliable information on at least any Job Corps, but I'm at least trying to give my little take of what I experienced at Job Corps. So yes, one more thing that I didn't mention in the first video is the tape test, which I did mention, but not a little bit more details. So if you pass your tape test, both of them, you do get monetary reward, and you get $10 per that, plus when you come in. So when you come in on a Monday, you'll get to go to the movie theaters on a Friday. I don't know if they changed that since they're under new management, but you get monetary reward, and that's $20 if you pass both of them. I didn't, because I fucked around. I took it as a complete joke. So there's that. Another is you get 40 once you leave CPP and all that. There are side hustles. You really shouldn't be doing it, but you technically, if you're really broke, you can. Just don't get caught by the staff. Most staff don't care. Like I said, they're under new management, so that might vary. But if the new management's like, hey, we don't want you selling shit, then you should up the pay rate. But at the same time, I get why there's a reason why it's so low. It's because it's a free education program, and at the end of it, you're going there for a free education. Whether it's welding or a desk jockey, which is office management, you're basically a secretary. Now, if you really want to make the good money and you don't mind the heat and hard work, there's welding, machinist, and I believe warehousing and HVAC. HVAC, that's always in demand, at least in the central states like Texas, Arizona, and Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. So yeah, HVAC's always going to be in demand. Alright. Welding, it's kind of hit and miss, because really in the day it was pipeline welding, and for pipeline welding it's 6 G's, at least from what my friend George told me. And I can put his full name out there because like I said, I don't have his consent. Hopefully in the future I can get a little get together and see, or do like a live chat with them and whatnot. So if you are wondering about if I have any other social media, my Instagram is that MexiMan4Guy _ guy. So hit me up if you have any questions. Looking forward to doing any live chat on Instagram. I did gain some of that weight, but I have been on a cut diet and trying to lose that weight. So yes, after leaving Job Corps, I would have to say not the best. Could have been better. You're really gonna find out who your friends are, and don't make any friends while you're there. They tell you that in CPP. Don't make any friends. And I had one friend that went from Colleen JB, home skillet, whatever you want to call it. I'm that old. I'm 22, but I'm not that old. I associated with his group. We made cool ties. Like almost every weekend, we would go out and fuck around at a hotel, whatnot. Just good instincts. Now I'm back home, reality hits. I have a kid. I don't want that responsibility. As shitty as that is as a dad, you gotta man the fuck up. So currently I'm in the process, since Job Corps didn't really work out for me, I'm in the process of trying to cut the weight and join the Marines. My girl, my ex, they all said, well, you can't. I found some new research. I said I could. So I'm in the process of doing that. And hopefully I'll be able to do that. Now, as for welding, I did find out that welding was my passion. And a lot of you are going to realize, hey, I love fucking welding. Some of you are going to suck ass. And then the ones that do suck ass at welding, get the fuck out and stop holding people in line. Because the ones that are in tape classes like myself, and I'm speaking from experience, they rather get the fuck out, do that. So if you are in tape, you can finish your my bad. You can finish your trade, and if you finish your trade, hit 100%, you're out. You don't have to finish your tape class. But if you're taking high school courses and you finish your trade, they will revoke your certifications. And since it's a federal program, they can do that. Going back into the process of it, you know, why I'm going to do the Marine Corps, hopefully, is one, GI Bill and some other grant. And I'm going to use that to do a welding program out here at a college. They teach 1G all the way through 3G. Now, if you are a Gary student, I highly recommend just doing all you can, getting as much certifications as you can. There are going to be days where you just say, fuck this. You're going to want to fight. And trust me, I'm a humble dude, and I'm going to be honest. Like, I didn't fight this one dude because I got knocked out, but I broke his wrist with my head after waking up after 10 seconds. So I know that's embarrassing on my half, but the dude got terminated, and my whole dorm wound up hating me because I snitched out and raged. And that's one thing you don't want to do. It took a lot of hard work just to earn people's trust back. And after that big old thing, it took a lot. That's one thing you just don't want to do. Just don't snitch, because if you snitch, you're a bitch. And in my case, I was a bitch, and I'm humble enough to say that. And I don't know. I mean, I sent the first video to some of my Gary Job Corps recipients, and I was like, hey, could you check this out? Tell me what I need to change or what I should do. And they really haven't gotten back with me yet. I'm hoping they're watching my first video. I'm going to post this one after, because I did say I was going to post it, but my phone died and all that shit. I will probably make another rant. Probably not going to be on Job Corps. Now, this is a Job Corps technically rant / after experience. It was meant to be a part 2. I'm sorry. My voice sounds like a whiny bitch. I haven't smoked, so yeah. You can't bring your car. You can't bring your car. So if you're wanting to drive, and if you are a licensed driver, you can rent a car out there. But it's gonna, like, Gary checks ain't cutting it. That's how we always said it, at least in my dorm. These Gary checks ain't cutting it. So I highly recommend downloading an app called Tor. Now, if you're responsible, you can do it. Now, they do deliver the car. I didn't use the app when I was there, but I downloaded it and I was like, yo, what the fuck, whatever. But just make sure you have money on a card so you can do that transaction. They do deliver the car. I do not know how that works, but there's that out there. There's things to do. Just don't get caught. If you do get caught on a weekend and you're fucking about, just doing your thing, make sure you don't have no Gary ID. And this is a rule me, my friends, including JB, at least I tried to enforce, and I was that guy, I guess. But if you're going out and you're in the hotel and you know you're gonna be fucking, like, getting drunk, don't bring your Gary ID. Just don't. Or if you do have, in my case, a state ID driver's permit that says I'm at that campus, don't bring it. Just don't. Because they're going to track you down, and then they're going to send word to Gary Job Corps, the head director, and then they're going to terminate your ass. like I said, I got terminated over some media bullshit, and that's my bullshit. I might go into detail at the beginning of the next video about that. But if you're getting bullied, don't snitch. If you're handling your business, ask some people. Yo, watch out. Some RAs just don't give a fuck. They'll let you fight. They're cool. They're cool. They're not cool like that. I mean, unless you're a bitch and you don't know how to fight and you're that scrawny white kid. I'm sorry if that offends your demographic. There are some scrawny white kids like that, and then there's some skinny white kids that will beat the fuck out of you. For instance, I don't know this guy, but he beat up 3 people in my dorm when I was in Africa. He beat up 3. He took on 3 in HVAC. I've seen the video. I don't know if it's still going around, but it was there, and I seen the video for myself. And some white people can't fight, so if you're black and you're from Houston or Killeen and you're Mexican, just watch yourself, because you don't know who the fuck you're gonna go into. That being said, I'm gonna call it a night. It's getting late out. I might make a video tomorrow, depending on how hot it is. This is Texas after all. If you do want to contact me personally, my Instagram is that random Mexican guy, or actually no, that's my old one. That Mexi man whore _ guy. If you go into my info on YouTube, there is my email. You could email me personally, but I might just not even check it because I don't check my email. So just message me on Instagram. Just say, hey, I saw your video and I want some more information on it. I might call you on my video chat with you if that's okay with you. Yeah, because I'm ADHD and I go everywhere. So bye. I'm looking forward to trying to make my YouTube channel grow a little bit. I know there's not that much information on Job Corps, at least Gary. And Gary, Job Corps being the largest center in the United States. You know, I feel I owe it to Job Corps. If that makes you look bad, I'm sorry, HR, but you need to get your shit together. Bye.